For a closer look at the future of US-Japanese relations and the controversy over Okinawa, we're joined by Kei Shimizu, a visiting professor at Harvard University. She is the co-editor of the book Political Change in Japan. Thank you for joining us on the program.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So the United States has nearly 50,000 troops in Japan. Why is their presence so sensitive with the Japanese population?
Well, for one, there has been prior incidents on Okinawa in particular, where the majority of the American presence is situated, where there's been significant clashes and incidents between the Okinawan population there, in particular several rape cases between American military personnel and the Okinawan population, which has greatly angered many of the Okinawan residents there. But in addition to that, sort of a greater issue is Japan's reassessment of the presence of U.S. Army military personnel and how that changes or influences Japan's relationship with the rest of its Asian neighbors.
So previously there was an arrangement that the number of troops on Okinawa would be cut, but now some of the Japanese government is suggesting that the Americans should leave altogether. What's going on?
Well, there's been some significant changes on the domestic front in Japan. In particular, the new party in power, the Democratic Party of Japan, is trying very much to maintain some of its campaign promises when it won overwhelmingly against the prior party, the Liberal Democratic Party. And one of the things that it is trying to do is distance itself from the old party by, at least rhetorically, saying that it will become more of an independent nation, at least in its relationship to the United States.
Is there something fundamentally different in the US-Japanese relationship since the new government took over?
I think so far we have seen nothing to suggest that there will be anything fundamentally different between the prior party in power and the new government, at least as it pertains to the fundamental relationship between the United States and Japan through the US-Japan alliance.
Now, there was a U.S. State Department official who was quoted in today's newspapers as saying that America's biggest challenge in East Asia is Japan and it's not China. I mean, that suggests that somehow there's something wrong, that something's going awry here. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I think there may be two ways to interpret this. One is that in terms of China and U.S.-China relations, that statement suggests that there is nothing to threaten the U.S.-China relationship currently, and that's a rather stable relationship that the U.S. is not particularly concerned about. And on the flip side of that is that Japan is posing some troubles for the U.S., especially the military personnel issue on Okinawa, and that is more of a pressing issue for the United States, particularly as it faces or has Obama visiting Japan in the upcoming several weeks.
All right, Professor Shimizu, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.